What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my motherfucker channel, Memoirs of a Divine Feminine. Y'all already know my name is Jordana. I'm a Latina trans woman here to share my journey on spiritual growth, and self love, and just like daily, sometimes just like daily shit, and here maybe talk a little shit sometimes. And yes, I did start like doing like a little tarot like weekly and monthly. I'm actually gonna like not even do like a weekly monthly thing anymore. I'm gonna do a daily and a weekly instead, you guys, because I feel like that's more of a realistic time frame than monthly. I feel like like advice for like the day and for the week would just be a lot more beneficial for you guys. So I'm going to be doing that, but I'm going to be posting and getting back to that regularly scheduled programming after I share all these little stories, you guys, because y'all need to know how I got to where I am now on my spiritual growth path and journey and, healing. So, uh, yeah, this guy, this guy, boyfriend number two. I was still living out in Los Angeles. But yeah, actually, yeah, I was living out in Los Angeles. Like, I was not so much in like within like the Los Feliz, like Glendale area anymore. I'd actually moved closer to Los Angeles. I was closer to like West Hollywood and all that other bullshit. Anyway, I was actually living across the street with an aunt of mine that was living at the time was living across the street from Paramount Studios out in Los Angeles. Um, and we're gonna name this one Paul. Paul was this. Maybe we should name him Hans. Well, I think we should call him Hans instead. We'll go with Hans, just because, like, anyway. So Hans, true story, was this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous German man with these beautiful blue green eyes, and he was just cute, you guys. And the reason he had well, when we met, which was back in like 2005, back in like 2005, fuck, a long time ago, huh? Back in like 2005, but the thing with Paul, or what did we rename him? We renamed him Hans. He's gone through like two fucking names now. Um, but anyway, yeah, we'll call him Hans. But anyway, what brought Hans out here was that he wanted to be a model slash actor, and actually, crazy thing about that is that fast forward years later, he actually did pretty much like make it out there. He is on a well-known television show actually, which is fucking insane to me that like he really fucking did it. Because when we met, he was just starting all that bullshit, and I can't believe that like it really like got him to where he is now. But anyway, when Hans and I met, I was in my clubbing phase and just wanting to go out, have a good time. And as much as I enjoyed my time with him, um, he was an emotional roller coaster of a man. He would have these depression fits where, I mean, like, seriously, like, he would, like, curl up and, like, get in some fucking corner and start crying and, like, do shit like that. Like, shit that you're just like, what the fuck? Like, people really do this? Like, really? Like, grown-ups really pull things like shit like this? But, yeah, he would. And, um, yeah. Oh my god. I'm just like thinking back at like one of the last fucking times that like we had some like fucking argument. It was him being so fucking emotional for whatever fucking reason, but he was like having, I think he had depression, low key, but it wasn't like diagnosed or anything like that. But anyway, yeah, I remember like he ran to like a bathroom, and I remember like going in there and looking for him, and I found him in one of the stalls in a fucking corner, just crying. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, even though Paul and I like really had a good time, but like the the reason that didn't work out is because Paul was also very much in the closet. I mean, God, so much so that, swear to you guys, one time I went over to his place and I remember his roommate came home early or some shit. And this motherfucker just straight up tells me to get in the fucking closet and just like shove shit like to like for me to like be hidden and all that. And like I don't know what the fuck, but anyway, y'all, like he was a mega fucking closet case, and this was not the like this um was not the first time that he was gonna post something like that. He actually ended up doing some similar shit to me like that at least like two, three other fucking times. Anyway, the reason that shit ended is because like I remember like one time like it was really fucking late, and I needed to go home, but obviously like why wouldn't I stop to like visit my man? Of course I would want to see him. But it just so happened that as I left, I guess within like 5 minutes, yeah, but like 5 minutes from like when I walked um out to like wait for him because he was supposed to walk me home, his roommate got there, and he just never fucking came back out. And I remember like waiting, I waited for him for like an hour and a half, and I was just like, what the fuck? So anyway, I left because like I could not be with, as beautiful as he was to me, I could not fucking be with somebody that on top of like not being like on top of not accepting himself, he would I was already fucking like dealing with my own shit because like even though I was living as a gay man, I already knew that like that's not the life that I wanted to be living. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not who I really was. I was just fucking like pretty much like going with the flow and living that life because like it was like that's as much freedom as I had tasted, I guess, at that point. And so, like that's what I knew. So that's what I wanted to keep on doing anyway. So that shit ended because th- I'm dealing with my own like acceptance issues and shit like that. And like, how the fuck am I gonna bring on board somebody that's on top of like like having depression fucking fits and shit like that, having his own like insecurities and having his own like self acceptance issues. Hell no. Fuck that. Like, what I learned from that one was a fucking easy one. Don't let anybody's like. If people are like trying to bring you down, keep your vibrations and like attitude up, and you guys don't ever fucking change for the sake of other people, because that's a that's a big lesson here, kids. Don't ever change for other people for the sake of other people, because you know what? If they want to live a lie, if they want to live hidden, if they want to live um, a false lifestyle, a fake lifestyle, um, that's their fucking problem. But especially within like the LGBTQ ABC all the way through Z community, you guys, as it is, we like there's lots of shit that we have to deal with because we gotta like come out the closet the first time around, and then not even no lie, like when like you're trans, you have to come out twice because you need to come out like as a gay man once, and then the second time you're like, surprise, I'm a lady, and you know what I'm saying, and yeah, I don't know like where the fuck I was going with that, but um, what I'm pretty much saying is fuck that. Like, live your truth, live your life openly, freely. Don't let don't let other people's choices, decisions, way of being, or whatever the fuck dictate how you live your life. Because you know what? You're not here to live for anybody else. You're here to live for yourself. You're here to please yourself. You're here to love yourself. You're here to make yourself happy. So whatever other bullshit other people may have going on that's causing you to dim your light, get the fuck out of that relationship and leave that person alone. Let them fucking grow up somewhere else far away, because obviously, they don't just need Jesus. They need love, self-love, lots of fucking self-love. And for that shit to happen, they need to be on a fucking solo journey, because they need to find that shit on their own. And that's just on period, hashtag retweet, and everything in between, you guys. But anyway, so I had now had two relationships that pretty much were fucking failures, because pretty much people and honesty got in the way, and not in a negative way, but it's how these people handled each situation that made it so. So each relationship ended, but now I had two fucked up relationships. Aside from that, like from having my issues, abandonment issues, because my dad decided to fucking leave when I was. By the time I was like, by the time I was 7, my dad was already out the house. Like I really didn't see him. It was just my mom and I. But so abandonment issues from my father, and the other bullshit that came with that shit, because my relationship with him is barely. I mean, um, it went from being on a motherfucking last thread to non-existent. There was never a good time or whatever. It was just from it went from bad to shit. There was in between. Um, but yeah, so I had that issue, and now I had two other men that played a big role in my life, that pretty much just kind of I felt did abandon me. One of them because it was apparently too much for him to you know hear that I felt the way that I did for him, that I loved him. He couldn't handle, so he just fucking up and disappeared, because conversation went from uh very little to just it just fucking straight up died. So now I had been left by this dude, and then the second guy, the one we're talking about now, um, I felt abandoned by him, because instead of trying to fix the issue, instead of trying to live for himself, and by doing so allowing us to live happily, and be the couple that we could be, and that we had been, when nobody was watching, or when we were out in a part of town that we weren't from, or whatever the fuck. uh but I felt abandoned by him, because when I left, he didn't even try to fucking fight for that shit. He did absolutely nothing. I told him exactly why I left, and I told him that it was complete bullshit. And it was one of those things where he felt some type of way about it, yeah, but it wasn't enough to fight for the relationship. And I thought that was fucked up, because it was another man that I had eventually emotionally invested in, and was just another fucking disappointment, and another disappointment that left me feeling alone in the end also. So now there are three men that have played a huge role in my life, that have completely fucking left me feeling disappointed. And at this time, you guys, let me tell you guys, I've been a very I was I I was a very good kid. I never I never did anything that I mean, I wouldn't do shit that was illegal or crazy, or considered too crazy, before I was allowed to legally. I didn't drink. I never smoked pot or did any of that bullshit, y'all. I didn't smoke pot for the first time till about 2 years ago, you guys. I've been smoking pot, like, I haven't been smoking pot very long. And that's because, like, in my household, I mean, this could apply really to, like, how to a household of any, like, nationality, but um, mine is a Latino household, and like marijuana was seen as like, oh my god, it was like the fucking like 11th commandment, thou shalt not smoke cannabis, because like that was like, oh my god, swear the devil's lettuce, no joke, you guys. So it was a while before I got to like try it out, and the only reason I did is because I eventually like thought like, well, what the fuck? Like, what's the big fucking deal? So I eventually tried it, and like I was just like, hey, from that moment on, I was 420 friendly, guys. But oh shit, how the fuck did I get into that one? Anyway, you guys, so yeah, this motherfucker like taught me to like, live my truth and, not change for anybody, because I've always lived my life openly. I've never hidden that shit. Because I mean, to an extent, up until like recently, when like I, embraced who I am, and like I'm here to stay, pretty much. Anybody that's different can kiss my motherfucking ass. Period. Okay. Um. So yeah. This other one. Uh, boyfriend number two taught me to, to not change for others, not change for others, not diminish myself, not dim my light, live my truth, and anybody that does not want to live that way, which is pretty much like a healthy way to be, because who the fuck wants to live closeted and hiding and constantly sneaking and shit? Nobody. That's bullshit. Um, but yeah, let people like that fucking heal, and you continue on living your truth. And which brings us to, oh my god, you guys, there's uh, the next one. The next one is really gonna be like a hard one for me to record, you guys, because uh, that's the one that I'm telling you guys that, like, even to this day, y'all, like, it breaks my heart, because it's like the one that it's almost like the one that got away in a way. But y'all, I'm getting emotional about that shit already, and I haven't even started the video. So those of you that are still watching, thank you for tuning in, and um anybody that fast forwarded, you might want to check out the rest of the video, to hear the whole story about like this second relationship, and like I'm pretty much kind of like building up to what led to me being doing the shit that I did, and eventually led to my journey of self healing and spiritual growth. But anyway, guys, so I'll leave you guys with this one. This motherfucker, like, yeah, I just went separate ways, because yeah, I was not gonna live a lie or any of that bullshit for anybody else. Fuck no, I never did it. Like, yeah, I didn't do it in high school, when when like it was like the, I guess, um the part of my life where I should have like stayed closeted, because like of all the bullshit that I dealt with. But even then, I didn't give a fuck, and like I lived my life openly. Anyway, guys, that's been this one, you guys. Thank you for still being here, and shortly, like I said, I'm burning through the night, you guys. I'm burning through the night, because I've been stalling on getting these out there, and I honestly don't know why, but I finally like said fuck it, like just do it, because like if you don't do it, it's pretty much like it was now or never. Because if you don't, then you're gonna keep procrastinating and putting it off for whatever reason. And now we need to get this out there, because the viewers that do end up watching my story should know my background, and like what built up to me becoming who I am now. So yeah, you guys, again, sorry for dragging this on. Thank you for tuning in. Stick around for the next one, because I'm gonna be recording it right after after this one, and I'll be posting them up hopefully by um, I'll have them up all before noon this Sunday morning because it's already Sunday morning over here, and yeah, you guys. So I'll be seeing you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.